Homie's actually trying to colonize Natlan. That's crazy.
Paimon feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though. Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation.
Again, stereotype for Hawaiian-based culture.
The Kaholosaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh,
I haven't seen a Kaholosaur at all, actually.
She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, actually.
Oh, Matea, I'm gonna cry. If we come back and she's no longer here, I'm going to sob. What is she up to?
Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep, this area is so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
She's so right. I would love that. That would be delicious.
Hey, Moalani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
Oh!
And Kachina?
They're back?
Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle.
Oh! Wait, she could get resurrected, right? She could just get, you know... She could come back, right?
But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the rite of resurrection will be held in the stadium soon.
Okay, okay. She kinda just died, bro. At least they were fine and everyone's okay and she can be resurrected. Okay.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
That's crazy, though, like, just thinking about it, that she would have to continuously experience death anytime she experiences, like, the night wars, you know?
Exactly. She deserves to hold her head up high.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit.
Like, I don't know if this is for anyone else, but it feels so jarring that they talk about death this lightly. Maybe because death is so taboo in regular day society that, like, them saying, like, oh yeah, she died, but she's coming back. Like, that just that jolts me awake so much.
Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there. Had me thinking it was bad news for a moment.
Mulani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If there really was some sort of cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team? Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more danger, it's just...
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after all, so what capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess?
Nanook would like to have a word with you, actually.
But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple. 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. You know about that, right?
Yeah, the Conrian downfall and lore and things. I can't believe we're actually addressing this in the main story, finally.
That's right.
It's been a while.
Conria suffered greatly during that time. But so did every other nation in Teyvat. And Natlan was the worst affected of all.
Oh.
It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan.
Interesting that we're finally getting, like, I don't know, we're actually seeing how it affected Natlan specifically. Like, it's been a hot minute since we've addressed the whole Conrian cataclysm stuff.
It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe.
So the Abyss understood the foundation of each tribe.
Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct, but its methods are, in truth, marked by intelligence. We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom, and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knows you inside and out.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to fully eradicate it, even after all this time. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons we've had over the years.
Why'd she say Pyro Archons, like, with a specific emphasis on that word? That sounds so sus.
Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago. We totally fought them off.
In other nations, I've seen how much effort it takes to truly eradicate the Abyss. I mean, I don't think they've eradicated them because they keep coming back, right? The people of Natlan live in its shadow every day. Who knows how long it'll take for this war to end?
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future where we get to stop fighting. Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views the war differently. But I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages. To think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know?
Aww, I love that pose for her. Honestly, it makes sense if we're counting like the... I guess it's kind of similar to like the bards in Mondstadt where like they recount the stories of old through stories. So I guess Natlan is also trying to do the exact same thing, which is nice. I like that. You can do it. You make me want to contribute.
Be my guest. Heroes are always welcome in Natlan.
See, I love that she says that, but we have not done anything here, and I appreciate that, considering that we've just been watching Kachina do her thing.
Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going anywhere.
Unless? I don't like that you said that. Black stone under a white stone. Why was the first act so, like, wordy, and then now this one's like, stone under stone? Whoo, that was a whoosh. Damn, everyone came back except for Kachina? Bro.
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
I don't like that you keep saying that because it sounds like for some reason the what's it called? The resurrection thing isn't gonna work.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Hey, buddy.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be.
Oh. I could have done better! Nah, I'm just better. That's crazy. If only I'd been a bit more perceptive.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together.
Oh, so they still give her a eulogy. That's really nice, though.
Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I mean, if it's a song that can be recited by anyone, then it should be melodically pretty easy.
Let's go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
Whoosh. We're all the way in the back, girly pop.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future.
Oh, the music in the back is so nice.
Is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of
Oh?
our nation.
Did she just go in the fire? Girly pop? Oh. The music. I'm literally getting chills. The harmonies! I don't like that it's so quiet. Oh, she's back.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
Oh, I told you, this is bad!
What?
Wait, her ancient name? Wait, what happened to her ancient name?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
Kachina?
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all.
Wait, what the fuck? Okay. Bro called foul play almost immediately is crazy.
Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times.
Okay, but they could still win and her ancient name is just gone. Like, bro, chill. Like, get out of here.
Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Yeah.
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off.
Maybe you're just a twat and you need to leave.
Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that?
Yeah, you're just salty that, like, a kid beat you. Like, get dunked on, kid. I would protect Kachina with my life. Where's my girly pop?
Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Yeah, you tell him. You tell him.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
Yeah, because they're NPCs, so they are worth nothing.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
Yeah, you talk your shit, Mualani.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
Bitch, you're just sad that because you lost, so get dunked on, okay? Just because you lost doesn't mean you have to be salty about it, okay? Dude, really as if he did shit, right? Right? Like, she clearly won. She clearly sacrificed herself. The other heroes also acknowledge her sacrifice. Like, maybe you don't know anything.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
Because we're the main characters, and for some reason, this happens every single time we step into a nation.
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory. Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Oh, no, okay, you don't have to look strong to be strong. Bro, she better say something. If Malvika doesn't say anything, I'm gonna lose so much respect for her. The Pyro Archon seems to be deep in thought. Why isn't she putting a stop to the commotion? Right.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like her at all!
No, she's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, She's always the first person to stand up and face it head on.
She literally went through the entire trial. Like, does that not prove to people that she was fighting for everything?
We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
Okay, so let's find out the truth then. Since you want to keep yapping and just spreading lies.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration.
Thank you for talking about it.
However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
Ooh, that's pretty serious then.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself.
Honestly, I appreciate her for that line.
But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon.
Yeah, talk shit, get hit, buddy. Like...
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly.
Yeah.
Doubt my answer if you wish, but now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
Thank you, girly pop. Make 'em to walk.
No, of course not.
Mm-hmm. Real crazy that you're so willing to pick on this kid, but then as soon as the Pyro Archon shows up and says like, okay, you can talk to me then, y'all shut up. Okay.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
Bro, then it would seem like truth never mattered to you at all? Bro, that line is fire.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
Thank you, Mualani. We need to know answers.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the investigation.
Oh, and we will. We will.
So, what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh,
Ooh.
and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat.
Oh, we're getting called out by the Pyro Archon? All right, we're gonna yap.
Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Right? She said, pull through, girly pop. I want to see you in my chambers. Like, all right, I got you. Anything for you, girly.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
I love that Kanich is just like, yeah, I'm gonna self-invite myself. You know what? Fair enough. We're all part of the same party.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her.
I love that Chaska and Yansan showed up, but then the other two NPCs don't show up? That's crazy!
There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
Years, probably, unless we resolve it first.
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss, of doing her part to defend Natlan. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life.
Oh, and she looked to the side just now.
Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection.
She's so cute, Kachina, stop!
she was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy.
Oh, it's like she's literally mourning her.
We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
Oh my god, bro. Mualani's lines have just been so good.
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty.
Turnfire, that's interesting.
The raw truth can be cruel, but we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is it?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be equally painful.
I mean, either... Because the whole point of the pilgrimage is to try to stop the Abyss in the actual night area. So it's either you stop the pilgrimage and stop sending people and the fire goes out, or you continue to send people and there's a very likely risk of permadeath. So, but to Mualani that doesn't matter because her friend is down there and she wants to get her resurrected. So she's gonna go in anyway. It's still gonna be painful in the end no matter what decision. Exactly.
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils.
It's choosing how many lives you're willing to risk for, I guess, Kachina's life.
Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants.
But not only that, the Archon gets power from people believing in them, so Malvika would also lose power.
Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses.
I really like that Malvika is, like, unintentionally rallying multiple tribe members, like, not like the head, like, clan leaders, but, like, people representative of each nation, and kind of just like, I want to hear what you have to say, which is very responsible as a leader.
Then we have to find another way of strengthening the Sacred Flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani, but I hope that provided some clarity at least.
Wow. Paimon thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I think that's what a good leader should do, right? Explain to their people, like, hey, these are the decisions I'm making. this is how it's going to affect you, and this is the reason why I've come to that conclusion. But not only that, she asked the people like what they thought about this decision, and each one of them gave their answers before she finally went, okay, you guys are saying this, I think this is the best option. Because again, she's in charge of all of this. So she's a very responsible leader for that. I like how Malvika can respect that differing opinions exist, and she wants to explain why she thinks and act the way she does. I think that's really responsible of her.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
I think it's still a good thing that Maulani actually called her out on that, though, because she didn't get answers as to why Kachina was missing. Like, the Archon, Malvika, was kind of just like, I can't find her, we're gonna figure this out, and then nothing else. I think it's actually really good that Maulani went, hey, we need more answers. I would like an explanation. And Malvika taking the time to slowly, like, explain everything and just be like, this is my reasoning behind it. I think this is probably the best outcome out of this entire scenario. They gave us the perfect Archon right before we go to Snezhnaya to meet, and maybe the worst Archon? I mean, it would be very interesting to see if the Tsaritsa is going to be like that, especially because we've kind of heard from, like, the Fatui and, like, everyone that's interacted there, that the Tsaritsa is kind of just, like, cold and off-putting, and, like, she holds Snezhnaya with an iron fist. Malvika being here like, yes, I am the Archon, but also I want to hear your insights. I want to hear what you're saying, and takes those considerations into account, is very, very good as a leader. I think that's a good thing. I think you should be able, like, even if you're not a leader, right? I think you should be able to hear differing opinions and kind of go like, okay, these are what these people are saying. I will take them into consideration and listen to what they have to say, because they might have a better idea than I do. And then you decide, okay, does this fit within my moral compass? Does this fit into, like, what I believe is right and wrong? I think that's a very good skill to learn, whether or not you're a leader of anything. You can just be a regular person, and this is a skill that you should have to learn.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss is taking Kachina hostage.
What happens if you stay in the Night Kingdom for a long period of time? Is this like the Hollows, like you slowly get corrupted by the Abyss?
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar.
Ooh, okay. Do explain. I need exposition lore.
Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured until eventually you become one with the Sea of Souls.
So you become part of the dead. Like, being part of Purgatory makes you become part of the dead after long periods of exposure.
Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
I like that she gives her a choice. Like, as much as, like, Mualani, like, wants to save her friend, like, I like that Malvika's like, hey, just so you know, it's going to be dangerous. Are you okay with this? Especially because the pilgrimage has always had the option of like, oh yeah, you can be resurrected afterward. It'll be fine. But like, now it's actually serious. Now it's game face time, you know? Disappear among the sea of butterflies! Disappear among the sea of flames!
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I stand Kachina and Mualani. I really like Mualani's character is so good. Like she is probably one of the most like, I don't know how to say it, but like she's so like she's such a strong character. She's so well written.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
This isn't how it should end for her. I promise she would have the chance to learn from me.
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can. The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain all this.
If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom.
How do we find an ancient name though? Is it like representative of something? Is there like a physical object we can collect in order to resurrect it?
Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
Okay.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
I mean, if they've been doing it for the pilgrimage, they can definitely do it.
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter.
Oh.
But there is a way to go there in person.
Okay.
However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
Okay, but the Abyss is the Abyss. We've dealt with it before. We can do this again.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
Won't be a problem.
So, Paimon's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're going, Traveler, Paimon's going too.
Lali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs, but that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
Oh, okay.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all.
Oh my god, a leader that acknowledges their shortcomings and relies on other people and thanks them for it? Best fucking Archon. Best fucking Archon in this house.
Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious.
This wouldn't be the first time.
I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Nah, you good. This is not the worst experience that we had.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Oh, girly pop, you don't want to know. It's really complicated.
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
Aha! You know, the first one we had to find the bard himself. The second one, homie died, and then we found out his, like, other self, and then he was like, I want to be on vacation, goodbye. The third one tried to kill us. The fourth one was locked away for a long time. The fifth Archon wasn't even the fifth Archon. And the dragon is there. I don't know.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate.
Yeah, you know, I don't like that you're saying this, actually. You know quite a lot about me. So she knows that I'm most likely a descender, if anything.
Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time.
Yes, give me lore. Give me all the descender lore.
Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you.
Oh my god, right.
It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you. She said you'd know what that means.
Oh no.
I didn't think this day would come so soon.
Oh no!
The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all.
Oh, she sounds like she's crying! Ah, she knows it's a proposal!
But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it. And once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
Oh, they're so gay. I want to fucking cry. These bitches gay. Good for them. I wonder why these suits decide not to.
Jeopardize the production of contending fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of contending fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy, and we're currently at the breaking point. As things stand, the pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes. The abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic. But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I don't know if I agree with Kadish on this one either.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices.
I also agree with that.
Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
You mean?
Yes. Come with me. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to replace an Archon by the end of it.
But that can
if you
only
do
last
that.
so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
I mean, I think she should make the sacrifice to do whatever she can in order to save her nation. If this is the only route that she can do, then she should do it. But also, it is incredibly dangerous.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Bro, I respect her so much for, like, every single decision she has made so far. Like, she is such a good leader.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
Oh, God, again? Broskies, why do you have to come over here? What is going on? Oh, that better not be you.
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with.
I heard the Fatui motif. Oh, you rat bastard.
The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled.
The what?
What use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Ooh?
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan.
Homie, who asked you?
Before the dawn of a new age. The old must be destroyed.
Homie should have kept the coat on. Okay, colonizer, exactly.
Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Homie's actually trying to colonize Natlan. That's crazy. Get him, Malvika. Ow, that looked like that hurt. Damn, she casted fireball. Ooh. Okay, Yang! Oh, this music is so sick. I love that both the Fatui and Malvika's side, the other two are just like, I don't know what we're doing. We're gonna let them handle it. This is just Dragon Ball Z! I want to be both of them. Homie's actually flying. That's crazy. Capitano playable win. I love the Phoenix Wing. Stop. That was so sick. This is literally just Dragon Ball Z. Oh my god. The fact that this tournament arena is able to sustain all of this damage is crazy. Oh god. Wow, we see both of them being injured is crazy. How are you not dead? He just smoked screen dust, didn't he? Bro!
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Ooh. It's time to arrest the Fatui again. At least we're not getting arrested this time.
Are you alright, Archon?
Bro, she is so hot. She's so hot! Ah!
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
What? Wait. Wait, I need to... There is no way he's the first one. Is he? He's the first in ranking? Capitano. No way he is first. What? So he's the strongest. Oh, that's bad. Bro, but didn't he fight Varka? That's crazy. No, I genuinely did not remember that he was the first one. Where? I think it was in the cutscene. I just didn't look at it, honestly. I saw Capitano, and that's all I read. I didn't even see that was the first ranking of the Fatui Harbingers. That's crazy. I did not realize he was first. Because we're still missing 10. No wonder Mika was scared of Capitano. Right. And remember, Capitano fought Varka while he was there in Natlan. And they were kind of, apparently, they were, like, matched. So that means Varka has to be strong, right? Playable Varka when? Playable 5-star Electro Varka, please, I need you to be, I need him to be an Electro Claymore 5-star. Like, please. And he has to be buff, not whatever Capitano is right now.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Is this like a Bellabog incident and like the Fatui are actually the IPC and Malvika and Natlan is like Bronya and Bellabog?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Nightwind.
I'm so mad. That was like the one tribe I was immediately interested in. Why do I keep going for the villain, like, arcs? Ah!
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Oh my god, someone is sus among us. Ah!
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further.
What does that mean?
Kanich, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
Of course, I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not.
Oh, it's just Yansan left.
Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
We foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. What does that mean? There was a prophecy? Are we doing another prophecy?
Is everything okay, Archon?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now.
You're hiding something.
I just hope the others have a safe journey.
Another prophecy then. Oh, so we heard that.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Kachina doesn't have that much time.
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Also, I love that we are just going along with Chaska. No introduction, nothing. She's just like, oh, she's here now.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Emon really hopes nothing goes wrong. What can you tell us about the Scions of the Canopy?
The tribe's people are very adventurous.
Oh, kinda like us then.
I'm not so sure. You don't strike me as the type to enjoy danger.
Oh yeah, Paimon does not like danger.
The Scions of the Canopy are a bunch of thrill seekers. They love extreme sports like rock climbing, rappelling, volcano parkour.
Clearly, I need lessons because I can't climb.
Rope while a Yunkasaur stands at the edge and uses its tongue to catch them. Sound like something you'd be interested in?
Okay, that does sound different from our usual adventures.
We almost died and fought dragons, buddy.
She can just cheer you on from the sidelines.
That's crazy. We literally had to fight dragons. You think this is worse? They look so cute. Oh, I love the smaller version. This is, okay, this is the only time where I'm just like, yes, the smaller evolution is actually bigger than the big evolution.
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Hello?
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Waina. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
Why didn't we get Kanich up here to try and help him? I mean, he didn't volunteer, but also, like... It feels like if we had Kanich, Waina would actually be like, oh, why are you here? And he would just let us in.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on how to prevent further casualties.
Okay, but, Why are you so resistant to letting us try?
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day.
Damn!
If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
I'm sorry. If the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I will choose foolishness every day. That's such a sick line! Oh my god!
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? This doesn't seem like you. Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe, okay? It's not like we have a spare.
Oh, interesting. It's like in 2 pieces.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes.
Oh.
She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way.
Huh, okay, so she's like an ambassador or something like that.
Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Can we hang out with Quichi?
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business. Wyna, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river.
River
But
Styx?
the boat alone isn't enough.
Wait, are we
You
Charon?
need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right
So we
direction.
need Charon to drive us down River Styx in order to find a dead soul named Kachina. Okay.
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
Whomst.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe.
I like that we're getting to meet, like, the main people who are, like, I guess, most renowned within each tribe. Not only just, like, the main character, like, Visions.
He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
I wonder if he is supposed to be represented in the summer event by that guy who, like, couldn't talk to the flower. The guy that turned into a flower, and, like, we have to reunite them somehow.
Thank you. We'll go look for him there.
Good luck.
Oops. Look for Vichama. Vichama! Where you are, buddy? Hello? Oh, you're literally just looking out.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah, that must be him! Hello there, are you Vichama?
Why is it that the NPCs with the most tragic backstories and or die or have death associated with them have the tepe hair?
That's me. Did you need something?
That is not the voice I thought he was gonna have. Hello? You tell about Kachina and the Spirits Breaker Stone.
What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible?
I really like his voice.
No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request.
We have to find the guide, huh?
After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends.
What did I say?
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone?
Is this like the plot of Hercules? I'm pretty sure this is the plot of Hercules. How do these work, though? Do you have to, like, resonate with it, or...?
Huh. I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world.
So it's like a teleport-ish.
Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Okay, so we should use it elsewhere.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
So it's a nether portal is what I'm understanding.
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
So we have to trap something? We're actually fishing.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Huh, okay.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
I guess it's kind of like alchemy in a sense, where like you have to have an equivalence in order for it to work.
Right. I need 2 chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
That's smart of him. You know what? Maybe we send Chaska.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore.
Why are you so ominous? What does that mean?
Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you in a bit.
This sounds similar to some of the ancient beliefs that where you were buried in physical objects that could somehow manifest in the life after you. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like, that's why people burn, like, money and stuff, or at least in Chinese culture, you burn physical objects so that they can have it with them in the afterlife. So, we have to do something similar with the net to catch the name in order for us to retrieve it.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you. Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your whole stock?
The whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 mora in total. Deal?
I'm so poor.
Deal.
Bro, Mualani, when did you get money?
Wait, really?
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right, that's everything. Here you go.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Bichama mentioned.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
We need 2, though.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need 2.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
You say that now makes me think that we're not gonna have the second obsidian.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both.
Wait. I'm surprised that obsidian isn't worth more considering, like, what it takes to make them. But I guess, like, phytogistum or, like, lava is very commonplace here, so obsidian isn't that rare. But still, it's a very hard rock, isn't it? Obsidian is far from precious. It's quite common around volcanoes and was widely used in prehistoric for stone tools. Okay, so it's not actually rare? Huh. That's kind of interesting, actually.
Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him, then?
Kinda, I suppose.
How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
Huh. I mean, let him mourn, okay? He's allowed to mourn.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Bichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together.
See, I read that as made a name for themselves together, as in, like, they made a shipping name together, which, you know what? Maybe that's what happened.
Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Bichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Bichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught.
So none of the team survived, so they couldn't have been revived. And then, he feels survivor's guilt because it's like, I should have been on that team to save him or die with him. Not the doomed Yaoi. How did we get Doom Yuri and then Doom Yaoi almost immediately went after each other? Literally said make war, not love is crazy.
Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
I mean, he got injured. He couldn't do anything, but he definitely felt survivor's guilt.
Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all.
Because he wasn't given a choice to fight, that's why.
I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better. But... anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
I mean, we're literally just gonna go rescue his dead partner, but...
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I don't like that the shading is very abyssal already.
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
I don't like that you're mentioning this, because it sounds like when we get Kachina's ancient name, because she, you know, she's a playable character, we're gonna end up not being able to find this homie. Could I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
Yes.
Okay, so it's valid.
After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies.
But here's the thing, I don't think he could be revived anyway because of the fact that they all failed in battle.
If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
It's been 5 years, though. I feel like he should have attempted this, like, sooner, if anything?
But that happened several years ago, right?
Why is Paimon already suddenly very purple in the shading?
The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end.
Oh, y'all promised each other. Okay, so this was, you know, a proposal between you two. I get you. Don't worry about that.
All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them.
Oh, I don't like this.
Make sure you prepare yourselves
Why
for
is it
battle.
shaking? Oh god.
As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
That's
Look at
fine.
the golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
Okay. Oh? We're gonna have to defend this, huh? Oh, I have to actually pick them up. So I have to fill this, okay. We are charging the nether portal. We're gonna get stopped at the end of the triangle at some point. Or when it fills up, I guess, by abyssal monsters.
Coming, watch out, everyone!
Oh! Why do you look like the little guys? I mean, we saw that in the other one. So you're from this area. You look like the guys here. The little dinosaurs. Oh god, I don't have a shield. Ew, I don't like the sounds. I don't like the sounds that they make, though.
Time to shine.
Settle down.
Oh god. Now you're the big guys? You're little big dinosaurs?
Illusion shattered.
This is order.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
You close? You close? Oh, why did you disappear? More? Bro, why are 3 of them all the way over there? There we go.
Quick, take it!
Oh, we got it. So that's Kachina's. We need to find the other dudes.
I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Are you okay? You seem to be exuding abyssal energy, and I'm scared.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
Oh, I don't like it. It's shaking.
Body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I think that's the point.
I should have died 5 years ago.
I'm gonna stop stealing his lines.
I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
I'll buy you some time.
Thank you.
Ah, space! Space! I'm spacing so hard right now! I believe in the power of Traveler!
The abyss is strong.
Go, keep going! I believe in the power of the Traveler!
This power.
Hanging in there?
I couldn't hold them back much longer! We're running out of time!
Malco. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Seat Lolly.
You better not be breaking the stone right now. We don't have a backup.
Get back!
Oh!
Chaska!
Chaska!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the spirit speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it.
But now we don't even have a backup! What else are we gonna do?
You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Yeah, you tell her! You tell her, Chaska. This is not, like... I'm kind of mad at her right now.
Okay. I'll be more careful next time.
Okay, good.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now.
Oh no, Vichama.
Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Oh my god!
Vichama.
Vichama!
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
Huh? This is...
Huh? Hello?
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Is it a memory? Oh, right, because the night area is tied to a ley line, so of course he's gonna just pick up his memory.
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Oh!
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me.
No, he's also a tragic character!
Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes.
Oh, homie died. Oh my god.
Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
What do you mean feeling any better? He's not gonna feel better. He watched his homie's last words in front of his own 2 damn eyes, and he said to keep on living, which he hasn't been doing for the past 5 years because he kept warning him. You're telling me, hey, you feeling any better? No, he's not gonna feel any better, buddy. It was already said when the Templiers died from the start. We had the Templiosaur die. We're watching Atia die and give her final vows to Malvika. We're watching Vichama mourn his, his buddy. Like, I say buddy in air quotes, you know?
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
That you know he's never gonna come back.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking. And his smile was forced.
I mean, he would know the best because you were his friend.
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
A more courageous way? Fighting while injured? I don't know what you're talking about.
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
I really like him as a character. Like, he speaks the truth. You just have to, you know, take your chances and do your best that you can.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated.
Okay, so we're putting a stipulation to our abilities then.
Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
That sounds very similar to Chongyun's abilities, like the way that he needs to control his yang energy. I wonder if yang energy has something to do with abyssal corrosion now. Oh, the sunset.
Huh. That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
What do you mean by that?
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
I think he's still gonna be pissed, bro. Oh? Is this the sibling? Oh, wait, that's Chaska's sibling. After we defeat the Abyss, will those souls in the Night Kingdom release or they get revived? Here's my thing. If they are... this is a lot of speculation right now, right? I'm assuming that the Night Souls... the souls in the Night Kingdom work similarly to how souls in Tartarus or Hades works, where they can only exist within that realm, but they can't be brought back to the land of the living, right? So I don't think even defeating the Abyss will cause them to bring them back. I just think there'll be just less turmoil in the Night Kingdom. Sounds like more like Blade and Mara. He has to meditate and have Kafka put him to sleep to calm him down. Ooh, I have a theory that Mara in Honkai Star Rail is limited to abyssal corruption within Genshin, and this just like further solidifies that theory.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina. I can hear it in your voice.
Ooh, I like her voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
I really like her coat. It's so pretty.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here.
Bro, how is she an NPC? She looks so cool. Like this crop top? Cute. The coat? Eating. Right, why isn't she playable?
My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
Oh? Oh, she's in trouble. Ooh, you're in trouble, Chaska.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story.
She did call herself Chaska's sister for right now. Feels like there's more to the story. I mean, they could be like blood sisters, you know?
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
Oh!
She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live.
Ooh, so kind of like Romulus and Remus, and like I guess the little dinosaur guys rescued her.
That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her.
Why is conflict in quotes?
Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo sores. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
Ooh, interesting. I like her backstory.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her.
Oh!
At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, for some reason, it sounds like Razor and Child story mashed up together. I hope we get to see this in her actual story quest whenever that comes out.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker.
I mean, you have to know how to fight in war, I guess, to make peace? I don't know. I don't know if that's even true. Let's be real.
It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
No. Actually? No? Some siblings fight to the death a lot, actually. Points at D-Luke and Kaya. But also, like, in real life, I don't think just because if you get older, it means you stop fighting with your sibling.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chaska even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young. Because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to.
True.
Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say.
I like Wina. I agree with you, buddy.
Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
Oh no.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
Uh-oh.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But
there's
trip
4 levels.
to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
Oh my god. I feel bad and I'm not even the one being yelled at.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
Bro, I'm like shrinking down in my chair. I'm just like, please stop fighting, girlie. Please get me out of this situation.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
Oh.
I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
What does that mean?
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Oh, does she have like some kind of abyssal corruption in this case? She does kind of sound like Shenhe 2.0. Shenhe was also raised by the Adeptus. Maybe the Cuckoosaurs had something in relation to that? They're both prone to losing themselves. Something is holding them back.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Huh?
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Oh, God.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
Okay, but when does that actually happen? I'm gonna be so real with you. Koichi's right, though. I'm sorry.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
This is just sibling rivalry. That's what it is. They're just arguing. They're just beefing with each other. It's fine. This is normal.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
They grew up under the same roof. I think it counts.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the spirit speaker stone, you might as well hand it over.
About that.
According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
About that.
Oh no.
If only Tone-Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh?
Uh-oh. You explained the sequence of events to Waina.
I see.
To be fair, it's still in 2 pieces.
Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice.
Well, at least he's not mad.
Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later.
Do we get to meet Citlali? I would love to meet Citlali. She would absolutely lose her mind, though.
Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
Oh, you're still with Yansan.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
What happened? Because I do not know in the context of the story, actually.
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
You learned the Pyro Archon's battle against the captain as well as her sacrifice.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
Aw, you're so cute!
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
But your feelings are also valid. You're allowed to express them.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well.
Bro, and I respect her for this too.
Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Why are we panning to the left, my guy? We're just focusing on the fire? Hello? Oh, okay.
What is this place?
Is it just like a storage room, a ritual area? Why is there so much stuff, actually?
Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
It looks like a nice place.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory.
But physical items can still erode and fade. Same thing with memory. Eventually, everything will all fade away.
Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
How many items are in here? How much lore will we get?
Alright, we'll have a look.
And we can talk to everyone too. Well, you're not gonna let me investigate these, bro.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
Maybe they're frozen in time.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss.
Oh.
He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
I mean, yes, she would have definitely learned at some point.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
I would actually rather not. Can we? I don't want to do any more fishing. I'm so tired.
This fishing basket looks familiar.
Oh. Fishing equipment, talisman. Oh, Atea.
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks.
It looks similar to like a Viking drinking, like not drinking, but like an instrument, the horn thing. I forgot what it was called.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even 2 people to lift. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
That's crazy! The belt might be heavy, but not as dense as Paimon's head! Oh my god, I hate that you're right.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Oh.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
Well, Diluc who? Diluc grape juice mentioned? It's interesting that a lot of these artifacts are, like, based on, like, remembrances and, like... these two, like, the Fisherman's and Atea's one are, like, artifacts of, like, a strong sense of will, but ended up, like, representing, like, something that they could no longer do, or at least the people that they represented had, like, an issue with, like, they couldn't do the one thing that they loved, kind of. And then these two is, like, still, again, strong sense of will and, like, traditional ceremonies, stuff like that. This is really cute. But I wonder, like, what she's keeping them for. Oh! Is that the talking stick?
Whoa, this weapon is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe. That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved. When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle, and there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished. And because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back. And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow, he sounds like a true hero.
Indeed. Even now, his story is told throughout the land.
That's crazy, because the talking stick was one of the few pieces of information we had about Natlan before we even got here. I'm glad they put this in. That's really sweet. Is there nothing in here? Fine. Let's talk to the Pyro Archon herself.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah! If each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
She's right, though. They are memories that will eventually fade.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
I forgot that the name of the theory, but this is an actual, like, metaphysical theory.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Like, folded on top of each other.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
All of them?
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are.
But is that an impression of memory and, like, learning? Or is it, like, time just, like, folded on top of each other, though?
Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it.
I really like the way that she is trying to describe this, though. Would Issaroth help Natlan? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think Issaroth has the same willpower as Malvika in this sense.
Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
We're once again coming back to the Hexen Circle and perhaps Mona and constellations again.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
I mean, if we're in a samsara, if we're in a cycle, then the future has happened before, wouldn't it be? Time explained through metaphysics is in a gacha game is wild, right? Exactly.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
True and real, and ancient names record the past, and learning from the past is also incredibly important.
While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created rules of Natlan.
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood.
Isn't this ascension also described in the manga for Venti's quest, and Vanessa has ascended to Celestia, technically as well?
By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Oh?
Yes.
Oh?
That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised.
God, they're so cute! Oh my god! They're adorable!
I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Aww!
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now.
That's crazy. Did we not meet Venti, who was trying to blend in, and Zhongli, who was trying to blend in? Technically, Farina is also human, but she doesn't act like one. Technically. A is A. Nahida is Nahida.
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before.
That sounds like an insult.
Wait, am I allowed to say that?
Paimon, let's think a little bit clearly before we speak. I need to think a little clearly before I speak clearly.
A little late for that question, don't you think?
The smile looks like she's about to punch her. I'm not even gonna lie.
Sorry. Paimon's so sorry. Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes.
We've been new.
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and he would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot.
Aww.
I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
You forgave them just like that?
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually.
I don't know. I feel like forgiveness needs to be like, you can forgive, but also you shouldn't have to forget. Like, also, like, if someone really treated you badly, it's your choice, technically, to decide to forgive as well. Like, it really does depend on the situation.
As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art.
Also, she's been saying all this in past tense. Like, how long did she outlive them?
Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin.
Hello?
Mulani Chaska. Over here, please.
Well, saved by the fire, quite literally.
Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
I wonder if this is how we're gonna see what happened with Chaska, and like, how Kachina fell, if anything. Oh. Oh, this is cool! Is that like a swirl of sand? Or like an initial start? Oh, this makes me dizzy. Okay, I'm placing the sacred name.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Kachina!
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, baby, where are you?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss.
Okay, we knew that part, but what other information do you have?
I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me.
I mean, it's interesting that we're getting to talk to Kachina in this sense, considering what we had in the chasm, where we had to talk to Xiao, or at least another rudimentary version of it. I wonder if it's the same power, possibly?
I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough.
Stop, you deserve everything, baby! Oh!
I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
No, don't say that! We're gonna rescue you!
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden.
Yeah!
You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
Oh, baby!
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
We're gonna get you home, baby, don't worry!
Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
You're not holding us back. We're gonna come and rescue you.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you.
Oh no, Kachina, no! I saw the flash!
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
We'll be fine.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
I love that though because just like, oh my god, these bitches again? Y'all, please. Like, she is tired of them. The VAs really do be voice acting. Like, damn. Mualani's and Malvika's and Kachina's, I think, are my favorite voice actors so far in this series. Or at least in this quest so far.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
I want to see what Eonsun does, honestly.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here.
Any help is help. Appreciate it.
Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Y'all got an agreement? Uh-oh. I don't know what that means.
Be careful out there. I'll observe the situation from here.
I guess we're going. Remnants of the secret source. The sole path to the Night Kingdom. Once home to ancient dragonkind, now reduced to ruins. Influenced by the abyss, the site harbors many unforeseen dangers. Influenced by dragons, you say? Hello? Oh, the music is eerie. A heavy string section. Okay. This is very ominous.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
I don't think she's talking about Saurians. I think she means actual dragons, buddy.
Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
I mean, they probably did, and then the Celestia colonized them, basically.
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Just what I wanted to hear.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Adventurers live for moments like these.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
I like that they're not like shying behind anything. They're just like, okay, we need to do this. We got this, you know? The stone structures remind me a lot of Chenyu Vale. But also like Enka's inspired
like the road
colors.
ends here. How should we get across?
Imagine having the ability to do things. Oh god. E. E? E! I said E! Bruh. It's weird to think dragons would build buildings. I mean, we don't know enough about the previous civilization either. So there weren't humans, but they were definitely Vishap people. I mean, if we're believing the Enkonomian theories and stuff. So, okay, let me actually get over there. E. There we go.
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of 20.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide
Why can
professional
you
guidance for
not
many
run
of
faster?
Natlan's popular
Am I
sports.
not supposed to double
I
jump?
don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see eye to eye.
Oh, thanks for that chat. It got me on there. I have no idea how I was supposed to get across. Oh, bitch. This is gonna be a lot of this. Oh, you can aim the skill? That would make a lot more sense. Maybe it wasn't the smartest idea to come to a domain where I have no idea how the mechanics work. Oh god. Yansen struck me as super serious character, but she's so dang adorable, right? Oh jeez. We'll get there eventually. Don't you worry about it, little buddy. We'll get there. Chad is not very confident in me, huh? It will be fine. We'll be fine. Look, I'm learning mechanics. Oh god, why do I run so slow? Can I run faster? No? We're just gonna... Okay. Oh.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Show no mercy? Doesn't someone else have that voice line? Oh god, how do I get out of here? Q? Alright. This I can do.
Let the mighty be humbled.
Interesting, we're using the dragon to, murder some dragons. Okay. F. Oh, you surf! Okay. He just shimmies to the right and left.
Whoa. The place we need to go seems really high up.
Oh, God. Oh, it reminds me of, the summer event with... What's-her-face in Bottle Land?
Let the world come alive! At the frying pan,
Into the fire!
light it.
Wait. Any more? Oh, hi. Ow, ow, ow. Bad.
Booba, get them!
Silence! The tides beckon.
Who else? Who else? Oh, what's this? Oh, door? It looks like eyes. Oh, that's terrifying. I don't like the fact that it looks like eyes. You don't do anything? That looks like... Oh, that kind of looks like the shape of some of the Ruin Guard areas. Like the what's it called? The towers section? Yeah, the loom is the big loom area, the thing from before. I can't point... This thing. It looks like the loom from the Bottle Land thing. I don't like that. Enter. Oh, so that just guides me over there. Okay. Where are we going? Oh. Interesting that they all have different shapes for the doors as well. I wonder if that's, like, purposeful or not.
Teamwork is you're toast! Time to shine!
Oh. Excuse me. That's kind of rude of you. This is also kind of rude of you, actually. Where? I don't have any more thingies. Fine. Ow. I forget I don't have a shielder. It's fine. We don't worry about that. I will take your chest, though. Yoink. Another door shape. Should probably use the thing to open it. Wow. I wonder if they're supposed to represent the sovereigns or not. If it was built by the dragons. I love big guy. Whee!
This
Oh, where
is
am I
the
going?
final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it. Easy for you to say.
Paimon, you literally just float. You'll be fine. I kind of want to eat this rock. It looks like rock candy. It looks delicious. Oh, girly pop, where did you go? Let me not run out of power. Oh, it's a
This must be
rift.
the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yep, here we are again. I'm terrified.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there?
What do you mean we actually have to go in there? Isn't that what we were doing in the first place?
Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
What if I shoved her? I'm gonna shove her in because, like, that's what we came here to do, bro.
Hey, you don't have to drag Paimon. You're pulling too hard.
Was there an echo on her voice? Oh. Oh, these are like flower petals everywhere.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
There's abyssal energy everywhere.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
It's getting very chasm-y. I specifically don't like these.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
How are we gonna get back up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
Don't try it now.
Right. We still got a job to do.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
We figured it out.
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
I don't like how ghostly they are, actually.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Huh? Who's that?
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Wouldn't be the first time we've talked to it. Oh, they look like the ghosts from, the Inazuma Island.
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
No way. Does that mean you're...
Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me.
Malko!
It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much.
Can we, like, ghostly FaceTime Malko and Vichama together so that they can reunite and talk together one last time, please? I'm begging you.
I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
It's okay.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker's stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected.
Stop! Oh my god.
Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
I will literally cry right here, right now. Our souls were connected, bro!
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Best friend!
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Oh.
Ouch!
Ow!
Back here.
Oh.
Can't go on. Stick
I
close to
didn't
me.
know!
My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
Okay. So, I did not think they would be upset at us, actually. Maybe it's because we are in the living realm.
Let's try another route. This way.
Maybe because we're in the living realm and this is like the land of the dead, we shouldn't be here. You know, kind of way. Stop! Bitch. Anyway. It's fine. We just follow him. We'll be okay. Oh god, it looks so eerie. It looks like a combination of like...
monsters.
That's fine. This I can deal with.
Waste our time on them.
It'll be fine. Just do this and then call it a day. Ow.
The frying pan. Let the world collide.
It reminds me a lot of like the Elenis region. Like those little pockets. Oh god. At least most of the ghosts are gone. Oh, there's still ghosts in the back. Never mind. Maybe I should shut up. I like that there's like an abyssal flower though. Like, that seems fitting. They're also very pretty.
Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
I will follow your golden light, buddy. We'll be fine. I also love this music. Oh. What was that? Huh? Hello?
Did you hear that?
How did you appear right next to me?
What? Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the Abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
I'm scared. Guys, when did this game become a horror game? What? Why do you sound like the lectors?
Paimon just heard it too. Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place.
Kachina? Kachina! Baby, no! Kachina, no! Get out of there, buddy! Oh no!
We're here, Kachina! Oh, honey, you made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we
Oh.
take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Trial Kachina, go! Dunk on these Rift Wolf hounds. Interesting that they are here, though. I wonder if this is the world that Gold pulled from
Boba, get them.
Settle down.
when the Rift Wolf hounds were like a thing.
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much.
Oh, Kachina, of course we'd rescue you, baby. I I wonder what that was, though. Traveler also experienced this. It could have been abyssal corruption. It could have been, considering that we're so sensitive to elements, and I'm going to also attribute abyssal energy as a part of an element, right? It's not one of the 7 elements that we know of, but it could just be that because we're so sensitive to it, we also picked up on that hallucination.
That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The Wyab's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Wyab with me?
Oh?
I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness.
Proxies? ZZZ!
There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Oh god, we're going into the hollows!
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
Saving one is better than saving none at all.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina, are you okay?
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on.
I wonder if that's like the Wyab, or like the ancestors from that ancient name speaking to Kachina and saying like, hey, it's dangerous, you need to leave. Where's the totem pole?
Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyab. Not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
Yeah, we'll support you, buddy.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
Oh, Malco, thank you.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Malco! No, not another sacrifice!
Thank you for everything.
Ah!
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Dude, yeah, he's clearly winning is crazy. No, I don't like that you wrote reunion on there!
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Yeah, you're strong, Kachina. Oh, that is a very large abyssal pillar. Hello? Oh, you are definitely corrupted. I don't like that. I don't like any of this, actually.
Wyab? Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab, can you hear me? Wyab?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls.
Can I use the Deus Ex Machina purification system?
All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too. Oh God.
Careful. We've got company.
Oh, come on.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly.
You're not, Enjo.
He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malco?
Oh my God, Malco's dead again?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself.
You shut up, fake Enjo.
You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Are you the one that's behind all this?
No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close.
Blah, blah, blah. Stop yapping. I'm gonna kick your ass.
I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter.
All right, Scar, relax.
That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power.
But I can understand these nuts. Get over here.
Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no power at all.
Shut up. I have the power of God and anime on my side. The power of friendship will defeat all.
The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you.
Ooh, are you talking about Gnosis as in the primordial gift, if anything?
Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Hey! We don't pick on Kachina in this house. Kachina is perfectly strong in her own way.
Kachina.
Don't listen to him.
Give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah, you tell him.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship.
Yay, the power of friendship.
The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight.
Well said.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Oh, is this a challenge?
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you.
Stop apologizing to the enemy.
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Oh, it's really just the 2 of them. Okay.
Oh, chill out. Here goes.
Oh, get back on there, buddy. Doing.
Drilling down.
Am I out of stamina? Is that what happened?
Catching at the flame.
Whoo, that took out a lot of energy. Boink, boink. Wow, he is really not doing much. I feel like this is a distraction. Oh.
Faster.
Whee!
Off we go.
Right here.
Right now. Oh, you don't do as much.
Carving waves. Woohoo!
Are we almost done? Oh wait, no, I need to get rid of you. There we go.
We won! We actually won!
I mean, are you surprised, Kachina? You're actually the main character in this story. Turns out he wasn't any stronger than the ones we fought in the past.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
Oh!
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? What's happening?
Oh, ancient name. Whose is this, though?
My ancient name is glowing? Huh? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
You're what?
That was a bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption.
Okay, this is an ancestor, but who?
Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
During the Cataclysm?
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayub. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Oh, that's her sacred name. Okay. Bro, the Cataclysm all over again?
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Mualani actually made character, 100%. Huh?
What's wrong, Mualani?
Oh my god, she's become main character!
So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
Oh, the night glow effect, yeah.
What do you mean?
She's an RGB gamer!
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
So history's repeating itself.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Does that mean you already know about this whole thing?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
Wait, can you also foresee the future? Is that a thing?
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wayub first.
With the power of friendship! I love that everyone has, like, colors in relation to their elements, and then Travelers has this, like, purple, yellowy glow.
Okay, that should be enough. Wayub? Wayub? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
Oh, Kachina, you definitely will.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change, no matter what the future holds.
Oh, she said she's proud of you!
Thank you, Wayab.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion, but it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wayab, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
This is why Mulaney's main character, 100%.
An earthquake?
Uh-oh.
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss.
Oh,
Quick,
that looks
we need to
bad.
run.
No, Wayab!
The Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Oh god, there's Sealies down here? Oh, leave the way. I'm running. Oh god, I'm running, girly pop. You don't need to tell me twice. Ah! Ah, it's rapidly approaching! Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Ah, no, what do you mean? Stop! Stop!
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
That's bad.
Hurry, or we'll be stuck here.
Where's my Yalan when I need her? Where's Sayu? I need a runner. I need a track star. I need to be out of here. Why is it so far from ah!
In the middle.
I don't like running. I'm scared.
Faster!
We'll never make it!
Shut up, Paimon! No! Oh, that is really, really bad. Uh-oh, the sky's fake. Is that Malvika? Let's fucking go!
You've done well. Now come home.
She's just an anime character, she is. One Punch Archon!
We're back!
Oh, Malvika. Oh my god. She's so... Oh, she can rescue me anytime. Honestly,
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here.
But she used the flame, right? How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
I mean, I'm not surprised, because she she distinguished the fact that we're gonna have to step in there with our physical bodies, so...
Every great display of power comes at a price.
You okay, buddy?
Oh, you must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now.
Okay.
Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Are Seelies the same as souls? I guess it would make sense that a random Seelie appear out of nowhere in the Seat of Souls. So allegedly the Seelies are tied to the Moon Sisters, and they're like a race that like kind of eroded via time, and because they fell in love with humans or something like that. Something Moon Sisters. There's a lot of lore regarding that I did not read yet, but they could technically have souls of the Seelie race within that area. So it's possible that it's a Seelie soul that just happens to look like a Seelie as well. This is why I want to marry Malvika. She's so powerful. Like, I genuinely wonder what that cost was, though. Because she must have used a lot of power to, like, remake an entire portal to get us out. So I don't know. I mean, she'll probably say what happens, honestly.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
Yeah, what happened to all of it?
It's good to see you all here in one piece.
Was the sacrifice people's memories? Is that what it was?
I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one.
Despite the short stint in the Night Kingdom, Mualani and the others all have some degree of abyssal contamination. But thanks to Chushui's extensive experience treating abyssal contamination, the harmful effects will not be permanent. The treatment also relieves Kachina's symptoms.
All right, that should do it for now.
Damn, it took
But
all
just
day.
To be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
You know, my sibling may be in charge of it or something. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know. Sibling energy.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Okay. Possible celestial being. We don't know why though.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
I mean, we know that it might be because of being a descender, but I don't know.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh?
No. That can't be true, can it?
Less than a year.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development.
but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion.
That is interesting.
The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
I mean, considering like she was playing up the entire thing as kind of just like, oh yeah, everything is fine. We have the games. It'll be okay. And everyone was distracted by that so that all this stuff she can figure out in the background. I am 0% surprised that there's literally going to be destruction soon.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines.
So they also keep all of your memories too, probably.
Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Okay.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
Guys, did we forget about Farina?
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame.
So if that fire dies out, you die as well. You quite literally die. You're literally a Charmander.
Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
That was all part of the plan?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them.
Oh, okay. So they've kind of just backtracked and like now the plan is kind of halting because they don't even know what the plan is.
Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wyab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Oh, so they know already. Okay. So at least we have 3 that have already been established. So now we have Mualani too.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
So at least 2 people left.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Would you believe her?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development.
So what I'm hearing is Act 3 and 4 are probably going to be finding these next 2 people, and then Act 5 is the final showdown. We don't know who are the chosen from the Masters of Nightwind is also meant to be chosen either. Yeah, especially because it seems like the Master of Nightwind may or may not have ties to the Fatui right now. I love that Kinich is part of one of them, right? I'm glad. Especially because we don't get to know a lot about him in the character, like, in this story right now, he kind of shows up and disappears. I feel like the Traveler's explanations are long overdue. Like, we have practically nothing. Right, exactly. And this just like, we're finally getting answers and like establishments through this story that, hey, there's a reason why this is happening, but you gotta wait a little bit, you know? What if they don't make it in time?
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all.
Does that mean you...
You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose. Fuel.
Yep.
Fuel? Ah, so back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan.
So it kind of works... I don't know, they're pulling a lot of, like, memories from past heroes. It's very similar to what happened in Cloran's story. So I guess that was, like, the precursor to all of this.
Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation.
That means Atea's brooch is now gone, too.
By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But Weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all.
I mean, we're no longer carrying the physical memories, but we still have their memories in general. Not the give her your dull blade. I imagine we gave her the Narzen weapon. Like, that Narzen weapon has so much potential energy that could have come from it. Well, it's specifically from Fontaine and like all those other people, but technically it has a lot of memory. Too bad it just doesn't generate contending fire. She said from Natlan. Yeah, that's why I wish like it could be any memory instead of just like specifically from Natlan. I'm kind of just like, you're literally burning up your artifacts. Like, you're kind of like burning up your own history in order to save today. It's kind of sad to think about because it's like the peoples of the past's memories are being sacrificed to just preserve what is currently here and now.
If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars.
Oh, Kachina can finally celebrate her victory!
And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Yeah!
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right, you should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
Oh, is this set up? Oh, where are we going? Why did we get flashbanged? Enka looking place. I don't like that.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it.
I can't tell if she's speaking directly to Malvika or if this is like a past occurrence.
One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Oh. Oh, no! Tia! Girl is on a runway. She is just slowly walking. She is strutting. Oh, the talking stick.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future.
Oh. Wait, he's a hero from all those years ago. That's crazy. You're just remembering all these people. You're just seeing ghosts 24/7.
The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt.
Damn, okay, Pyro Fatui Harbinger, like...
For Natlan.
I think it genuinely baffles me that Malvika just, like, walks amongst ghosts and shadows, like, regularly. And, like, this is just a casual thing for her. Zhongli could never.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
I'm so distracted, but, like, I see where she got the little flame wick from.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis.
No.
Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is.
Another point for the daddy issues column.
Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
Oh. Oh. Bro, there's so many raw onions in here. I'm crying.
I'll come find you one day.
Oh.
I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something.
Resurrection can exist.
There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it.
I believe in you, Hine.
So, don't forget about me.
God, it is so quiet when they don't speak. Like, it's eerily quiet.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
It's so eerie. Imagine having to shoulder this responsibility this entire time. And like, Malvika's not even an Archon, right? Like, it's the Archon's responsibility to take care of their nation and like make sacrifices that other people don't want to make. Malvika was human. She had to like start from a human perspective and then become an Archon. So she had to make so many sacrifices, and now she's just placing this burden onto her own shoulders and literally couldn't even tell people that she was dealing with this the whole time. Malvika and Farina definitely need to talk. They need to both talk in a therapy session Group therapy for every single Archon right now. I don't know how Malvika is doing this well as a person. Like, I would go crazy. Right, and she's so calm and collected, and she's like so patient with everyone when trying to explain the situation. Like, she's a good leader. She does really, really well with trying to lead her country, even if she's facing all this in the background.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
It's kind of interesting that this area also reminds me of like the teapot bridges and stuff as well. I wonder where this realm is being stored. Attend the banquet at the inn. Okay. Malvika kind of reminds me a lot of other human leader characters, and I think it really says something about how Hoyo wants to see this as a leader, that they're giving her all and other the leaders good traits. Like, she has Jean's sense of responsibility and patience, Ningguang's willingness to sacrifice what each is most dear to her for her people, and Kokomi's intelligence and compassion. I think, if anything, Hoyoverse was building upon those previous character traits and seeing what other people liked about those characters to put that into Malvika, because she is such a strong leader. She's doing really well for her nation, and she's trying to guide them in a right place. But that also, like, makes me worried, right? Because a lot of villains are also written in that same way, where, like, they're trying to do their best to do the right thing. And I kind of just, like, will that mean that Malvika will have a turning point where she becomes evil? I don't personally think so, because it would be like a jump scare randomly, right? Like if Malvika betrays everyone. But I think it's very interesting how she is written.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
I mean, everyone should be here, right?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually.
No, stay, buddy! You should join the feast.
No, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
No! We'll figure it out.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
Oh my god, again, another pair of siblings that cannot resolve their trauma after having a fight, and they refuse to talk to each other.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
You can tell us anything.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
you deliberately provoked her so she'd take that impulse out on you. Oh, so it was... planned.
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least.
Ha! So she knew, so she just worked around it. That's really smart.
Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
Imagine siblings talking it out in this game? That's crazy.
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her.
Thank you for confiding in us, though.
I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there there was a deeper reason behind their arguing.
I mean, are you surprised? It's always like years worth of like something happening in the background that siblings constantly fight. I'm literally not surprised. They're trying to look out for each other in their own way.
In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Would it be the first time that we've dealt with this, though? Is there anyone else we can see? Do I have to go higher? Oh, inside? Oh, in the inn! Bro, I forgot about the inn already. Always worth years of emotional trauma, right? Exactly. Homie is jamming. Let's go. I guess all the tribe leaders are here, too.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Oh, look at her! She's finally getting her roses!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
Ooh, called out!
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Okay.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
Okay, sounds like excuses.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
Man, everyone apologizing to her. We take those. We love that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Oh, does Kachina not know? I mean, I guess if you're in the bracket rounds, you wouldn't really know.
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Ooh, that's crazy. Imagine if you stuck with Kachina, this problem wouldn't happen.
Serves you all right. No sympathy.
Oops.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal.
Nah, I'm bitter. I'm bitter and salty and petty. I'm sorry. They deserve that. I'm just saying. Literally, karma bit their asses. That's crazy. I love that all of you guys are just like, nah, they deserve it.
Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words.
Speech.
Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Oh, she's so precious. I love her.
Well said.
I'll drink to that.
Damn, that is an entire thing. That is larger than your head.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
Aw, this way I'll also become a champion coach!
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Oh my god, this is such a vibe. Hi, buddy. You didn't even come with us. Homie was missing from the whole story.
My apologies. I knew more than I let on. Everything comes at a price, and most heroes aren't people who set out to become a hero. If you cling too tightly to your goal, you end up losing things that are far more precious. But in any case, we're now on the same page. I wonder how long before the two final heroes appear. From the Flower Feather Clan and the Masters of the Nightwind.
Oh, okay, so those are the two missing ones. Interesting. Oh.
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowd singing and dancing. But after what I found out today, it's too much. I'm still trying to process it.
Oh, girlie, you gotta think it through, honestly. It's a lot.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts.
Natlan's fall isn't set in stone, though. It's more important to try and enjoy the moments like this when they come along.
Is this another pearl of wisdom based on your adventuring experience?
Hey, don't make fun of me. Yes.
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's come together to celebrate Kachina's achievements. That's gotta be a first.
You're right. Kachina looks really happy. And now I'm being the moody one.
Right, this is a complete switch. It's crazy.
Ugh, enough doom and gloom. Time to shake it off.
She is adorable. Oh.
I've been through so much all at once. Everything still kind of feels like a dream.
Oh.
Are you still feeling unwell?
No.
Why is that the first thing you had?
I told you I bounced back pretty quick, so don't worry about me. I bet you guys must be tired, though. Make sure you get some good rest tonight. You gotta recharge so you'll be in the mood to have fun.
Oh, girlie's already jamming. That's crazy.
All right, Kachina. Let's party!
Oh?
I'm a little embarrassed.
Bro, the confidence to not confidence is wild.
Don't be. Come on, you're the star of the show today.
Oh. You two go have fun. I'm gonna talk to the other two.
It cost us a lot, but we got Kachina back safely, and that's what matters. There'll be even tougher challenges coming our way in the days ahead, though. We'll have to train harder, make sure we're in peak condition. That includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session to show you the ropes. Interested?
No thanks.
Oh, I can't wait to see more of her character.
It's rare to meet travelers as strong and brave as yourselves. I raise my glass to you. Anyway, my sister's already gone back to our tribe. She has patients to treat.
Oh, we actually ran into her on the way here and, well, Paimon just thinks she really cares about you.
Yeah, I'm planning on visiting home myself in a few days. To tell her and the rest of the family that they need to be extra careful. I just hope they take it seriously. The Abyss has likely sensed your arrival in Natlan by now. So exercise caution on your adventures as well.
I will try. Time to drop Paimon off with Iansa since she's volunteering to babysit. All right, listen, you gotta deal with her, okay? I'm so tired. I'm so tired of dealing with this all the time. Like, please, just get her off my shoulders for just a smidge. Give me, like, a few days. Just give me a few days, it'll be fine. You teach her how to be strong and then we'll come back, okay? I definitely won't leave for the milk. Where did Malvika go? Anyone else I have to talk to? Can I talk to you guys? Oh no, y'all are just chilling. Okay. Anyone else? Am I missing anyone? I don't think so. I think it's fine. I think it's just Malvika. How much do we have to pay you, Iansa? I'll gladly pay for you to look after her, no, for real.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
What flavors?
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite.
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away.
Ooh, isn't your plan a little convoluted? Why didn't you get the heroes of the past to join you in this age? I mean, they're the same question.
Because they had their own lives to live.
Okay, that's fair.
The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short, and beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, Let's leave right now and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me.
So you decided to take it on yourself? Because you can definitely solve everything yourself? That's not how that works, girly pop.
Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
I don't think she wanted to shoulder it herself. I think she took on the responsibility to shoulder it upon herself to complete this mission, right?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives.
So she didn't know.
From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist.
Aww. I wonder, like, if we get her story quest, we can see maybe her past with that.
She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her.
I love that when everyone hears architect, it's just like, Kave? Kave, is that you? the life that you had to leave behind.
You feel lost keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask, if you're already aware of fate.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle.
This sounds like something Himiko would say. She would, honestly.
This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes.
Surely you don't mean me.
Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Wait, hold on. So you could just do that? You could just forge the ancient names?
Ancient names can be forged?
I'm gonna shut up before I take another Paimon line.
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come.
Okay, this kind of sounds like we're being written into some type of Irminsul line. I'm kind of both concerned, but also maybe this is how... I don't think it's connected, like, directly to Irminsul, but the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, you can just be transcribed and this is how we'll remember you kind of way. It's just like... So how does that work? Like, if fairy tales can be written into books so that we preserve Irminsul's erasure, right? And then now we can forge the ancient names. There's the idea of, like, I don't know, things being erased, the memories being erased, the transcriptions that Zhongli was saying as well. Interesting.
The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still,
Take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall.
Oh, okay. I believe you. Maybe the Pyro Traveler will come when our ancient name comes. That would make a lot of sense because, right? Remember when Malvika was saying, like, Natlan doesn't work the same way as other nations where they have, like, a ley line system? The ancient names are probably that way of preservation. So this is how we would get the power. If that's the case, right, then that would mean that we were getting our abilities from the ley lines in general. What if there are other types of ley lines, like that spirit vein in Chenyu Vale? That's what I'm thinking. It's just another alternate version. They don't call it ley lines, and I don't think, when Malvika says, I don't think it's like ley lines, I definitely believe her. I think it's an alternative form of a ley line, but whatever it is, I think might stem from a similar power. Maybe Pyro Traveler comes when we die is wild. What are we, the Trailblazer? Us not being in Irminsul means that we are immune to Irminsul tampering, because we aren't in there to get caught in the control, find, and replace. Yes, because we still remember Rukkhadevata, and that hasn't affected the whole Elazar thing either. What if getting an ancient name will register us in the Irminsul? I think that might be the case, honestly, because now we would be preserved in Natlan's history, and who is to say Natlan's history doesn't have some sort of connection to ley lines? It might not be a direct connection, right? Because that's what Malvika says, but it is a form of being inscribed into this world. I think we'll get more insight when we know what the requirements for an ancient name is. I think so too. Depends on how that works. Is the descender status the catch-all or is Irminsul? I feel like right now they're making the descender status catch-all, but we can die. We can die and can be used as a powerful source within to that. But other than that, that's all we really know. So this might test the limits as to what a descender can do within this world.
Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
You don't have to promise anything. I just want to help out the people.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name.
Oh, she can just forge the name. Okay.
We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
Oh, so you don't even know if this works. Okay. Okay. The plot is set.
My lord.
Oh?
We've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power.
Hello?
Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
We're getting an after-credit scene with Capitano?
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now.
Ooh, okay.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to.
Who is this?
You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
You're pulling an Ayato situation? Oh, that might be Auroron. I mean, considering we don't know of any other characters that could fit that description, unless they pull a 180 and they're just like, yeah, here's a random NPC or a new character. Interesting. I don't know.
Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Yes, you do the thing. Okay, about the captain's whereabouts.
Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of the Nightwind. I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me know.
So she kind of knows who it is. Okay.
Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
About elemental energy in the Abyss.
The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back.
All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually understand why. It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself.
So we need to find the Pyro Sovereign.
Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
About the absence of people from Natlan. You're gonna address this?
That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the Wyab, but their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues.
Whoa, okay, so it's like directly linked. I think the Wyabs might be destroyed by the end of this, is what I'm hearing.
Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, the chief of their tribe must seek approval with the Wyab to grant them leave.
That is interesting that they have basically written in kind of like an explanation as to why we've never seen Natlan characters before, other than like, oh, we probably did not do the designs yet for Natlan, and that's why.
And the Wyab have always been very strict about granting that approval, since extending protection beyond our borders means consuming power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wyab extend their protection to all within Natlan, including visitors from afar. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
I've got no other question. Milady! Okay. Not us tipping our little fedora hat here. Very suspicious indeed. That's a good reason for why we've only met people who've been here and one who's not from here. Right, exactly. Overall, I think Act 2 was a little bit weaker for me in terms of like actual story arc and how much I enjoyed it. As much as I enjoy the lore, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm so glad we're finally going to get answers, hopefully, about the Traveler's power and a lot of these like Deus Ex Machina kind of things. Also, more answers about the Abyss lore as well within this story. And also, like, how ley lines work, possibly. And Natlan's connection with the Wyab and all that. Like, lore-wise, I think Act 2 was much heavier when it comes to it. So I think it just needs a little bit more time to build up. Versus, like, a feel-good story as in Act 1 with, like, the immediate, like, supporting Kachina, seeing her growth, specifically between character development between Mualani and Kachina. I think both of those stories do such a good job in their own way for their own purposes, and they're there for a reason. And so far, I really like it, even with my hesitancy with Natlan in the beginning. I still do have a gripe about a lot of the characters not being like darker skin toned. There are a few darker skin toned characters. They're still fairly light in terms of like how dark skinned people can look in general. So it's genuinely still a missed opportunity that they could have included more darker skinned characters to this game, especially as people who were not NPCs specifically. But I am glad that a lot of the people who are kind of in charge, aside from the Archon, were darker skinned characters. And also, I'm really thankful that Mualani's story area, like the story itself, wasn't really like a white knight trope kind of thing, like something similar to like South Pacific, especially because it was based in Hawaii. It still is a caricature of Hawaii where like, oh yes, this is the best vacation spot in existence, stuff like that. But I will be thankful that at least the story did it way more justice, and Mualani is such a strong and independent character to the point where she's just like, I know what I'm doing. I don't even need the Traveler's help for most of this, which I actually really appreciated, especially because now we're taking a lot of steps back from being the main character. Like, as much as we have the Deus Ex Machina power of, oh, I can just absorb the abyssal energy, and that hasn't been like delved into since 1.0. At least now, one, we're getting answers about that, and two, even with that ability, we are still not the main center point of this story. and Mualani, Kachina, Kinich, Chaska, Yansan, Malvika, all of them are all the main characters. So I think in general, I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of excited to see what happens in the next few chapters.